All right. We going live.
Damn, 4th and 10s.
4th and 10s, man.
I'm drained, bro. My brain is drained from the 4th and 10s, bro. My brain is drained.
Here's what I realized, okay? It's not that coaches don't want to coach like that, okay? It's that no coach can make a career out of coaching games like that. Staley's going to have a heart attack in 3 seasons if he keeps on doing that, okay? Like, that's too much. They're just cardiac arrest waiting to happen. These guys.
Yeah. Let's get it, man.
You are now listening to TBL on silverandblackpride.com.
This play used to be run with Henry Ruggs, and we got Darren Waller on the choice route, Hunter Ripper on the shallow. But I want you guys to watch Tyrann Mathieu here, okay?
Yeah, you see the ball is out here. He's breaking on the ball. I think if he got a little closer.
Everybody, we're in the playoffs. I just started off a little different. We're in the playoffs, everybody.
Take that.
Guys, welcome to Tape Don't Lie. It is your favorite Raiders breakdown, favorite Raiders channel, favorite Raiders everything. We are back. You guys already know what to do. Subscribe, right? You already know to do that. Hit the like button if you like it. Hit the dislike button if you dislike it, right? Leave a comment. If you like it, leave a comment if you dislike it. And you guys already know what to do. Hit up that manscaped.com. You see it. Scroll in for 20% off plus free shipping. And go ahead and copy your shirt, man. Tape Don't Lie. Go ahead and get ready for this matchup next week against the Bengals. Get you a shirt, right? So you can wear it on the game day, right? And then also, you already know what to do. Make sure you follow at me, at the Mark John NFL, and at BD Williams 18 for BD. So the Raiders didn't want to make it easy. They didn't want to make it easy for us. The 8 minutes left, I'm like, oh, man, I mean, there's no way the Chargers, they don't throw deep. There's no way they could score 2 touchdowns in 8 minutes. And 6 fourth downs later, the game was tied, and then we went to overtime, and here we are. Like, it's
here we are,
man. We're here, and we're on to Cincinnati. All right, our rematch from a game that was close and then just got out of hand in the fourth quarter. So we're excited. I know you guys are excited too. Everybody's excited. We're here, guys. So BD, what are some of your initial thoughts on the game?
Well, first of all, I love that instead of just, the game could have easily have gone with the tie at the end, right? The Raiders put the Chargers out of their misery because, look, if you give up a third, 3rd and 23 draw play for a first down, you're not a playoff caliber. Okay, you don't belong in the tournament. Okay, Chargers. Look, if you're giving up a draw play for 23 yards on third and 23, you don't belong. I mean, you could say the same thing about the Raiders giving up the 4th and 21. Obviously, it's jokes aside. I love seeing the Chargers go home. That's awesome, just as a Raiders fan. But then, let's talk about kind of like the defense crumbling at the end. Okay? Here's the thing. Okay, it's for them, and which is why I'm not a big fan of this. It's all about like probability. Okay, and if you throw up enough fades. Okay, if you throw 4 fades, first down, second down, third down, fourth down, you're liable to get one eventually, right?
Yeah,
25% of the time. Like, and I thought it was a weird game plan, and it goes to show, this isn't a sustainable way of winning football. Like living on the edge like this, in terms of like getting the fourth. Like going for it on 4th and 10, like how many times did they go for it on 4th down in this game? It was incredible seeing that. But and also it's not satisfying, and I think it messes with your head a little bit as a defense. It's not satisfying getting a 3rd and 10 stop, right? When they keep on going for it on 4th and 10, it kind of changes your mentality. It's like, no, we're not. It's not 3rd and 10 here. Stop. Like, no, we have to go for four plays here. Yeah. So it definitely stresses the mentality of the defense. And, you saw them on those fourth downs. Kind of at the end there when Herbert was, going down the field and they ended up tying the game up. Those two scoring drives that they had. I would say Teamer and Down Levitt definitely got abused when it did come time for them to make a catch on fourth down. They were going after those safeties. And that's really my biggest concern is when you got Teamer out there, when you got Down Levitt out there, these guys, are not, unfortunately, no offense to these gentlemen, we're probably not impact players that a defense needs in the playoffs, Mm-hmm. So, and that's why you saw Justin Herbert be able to do that because the Raiders are fielding guys like that in their secondary.
Yeah. It was interesting, man. The 4th 21 trick pissed me off. I'm like, bro, it's 4th and 21. Like, how do you let somebody get open like that, though? Like, oh my God, I couldn't stand that. Like, it's 4th 21, get off the field. That was that was the game at that point too. There's a couple times where they could have ended this game, on defense, and I think the offense too. I'll speak on the offense a little bit. They couldn't run the ball early, but they ran the ball really well in the second half. I think they wear down on the Chargers. The Chargers started to get tired, and they were able to wear down on them because, it was tough for Carr to pass. Especially, they're triple teaming Renfro. It seemed like they were jumping the choice routes, and then when he would try to hit the corner route that with it, he missed it on 1 3rd and 8. And then Waller, he was okay, but I felt like that. He was a little bit kind of. They had to get their timing off. You could tell their timing off is, that they haven't been practicing together for a while. Right. So I know they're going to work on that. I'm sure that, Carr probably going to be like, hey, bro, let's work after practice and get this back, get our timing back, because even the choice route where he caught a slant, Carr was a little late with his choice and he threw it behind him. So that their timing's off, and then they're all over Renfro. So, but Bryan Edwards made some big catches, man. Shout out Bryan Edwards. He made some huge catches. Zay Jones made some huge catches, like always, because at the end of that game when they were double teaming those two, I was like, man, Edwards and Jones, they got to make a play, and they did. Yeah. Especially the last drive. Edwards made a great catch. Going down. Couple great catches.
Yeah,
he made a couple great catches. Yeah, going down. He had some great catches. He almost made that one-handed catch at the end zone. That would have been crazy.
That would have been like the catch of the year.
I know. Catch it one hand, get both feet down. That was nuts. So he stepped up. Shout out Bryan Edwards. He's not going to get too much love for how many catches he had, but he had some huge catches because they needed those guys outside to make a play. Because it was go time because they're doubling, they're doubling Renfro like crazy. So those two got to step up these next games too, because the Bengals are going to try to do the same thing that they did before. They're going to try to do all the cover 7 man match stuff that they were doing. So they had the Raiders offense figured out last time, but I think Zay Jones wasn't playing as well last time, and they weren't running the football as well as they were right now either. Yeah. So offensively,
it comes down to running the ball against a defense like that. Against this defense, against defense like the Bengals, I agree. Teams that like to play a lot of too high safety looks, running the ball, making them not allowing them to get into those kind of exotic coverages because you are running the ball, making them drop that safety down in the box. 100%, I agree with you on that. Yeah, Jacobs had a great game. Mm-hmm. That. One of those plays, I think it was overtime when he had that outside zone, right? But he had to make 2 jump cuts to get through that hole, and like that is an uncommon hole, hitting that hole. Like that's rare. I feel like seeing a back hit that hole. That was a great run, incredible run. Yes, he has some really good ones in there.
I thought that last drive was great. Because Carr missed Waller on that previous drive. It could end the game. But he was rushed. He got rushed in the pocket. That's why he missed that. Because I think for some reason Lester Cotton was in there. Did you notice that? Lester Cotton was in there on that first drive. I don't know what happened to John Simpson, but Lester Cotton was in there. And then and then he missed that throw, and then for them just to hold him to a field goal, and then for him to get the ball back, and he made some really clutch throws on 3rd down on that last drive to get them in the field goal range, and then Jacobs with some great runs, right? And they run that clock out and they kick the field goal. And then, Daniel Carson, he's not missing, which I hate. I hate kickers that don't miss, because when are you going to miss? You're going to miss. That's the scary part. I hate that. Like the Gary Anderson thing. I think about every time a kicker is just hot. I think about Gary Anderson with the Vikings with the Falcons when he came out there. There's a 33-yard kick, and it's Gary Anderson. He hasn't missed in like 3 years, and here comes he just kicks it, and the Falcons go to the Super Bowl and ruin the Vikings here. So, he's unreal right now.
Someone's texting me about this. Someone's hitting me up on Twitter about that Gary Anderson play. He said 1988, a little bit before my time. You're dating yourself a little bit here, Marcus.
No, it's 1998. It's not 1988. It's that Vikings team. Okay. They were supposed to go to the Super Bowl, and they might have beat the Broncos. But here comes Gary Anderson, kicker, best kicker, in the league, hasn't missed in 3 years, and just whoop. So, I'd rather him get a miss out against Cincy, maybe like the first field goal or something. Get the miss out so we can, so it's not late. You know what I mean? But he might be just gold. So hopefully he stays gold. But I really like
looks like Raiders are going to need it too, because it's still sputtering in the red zone. Something that I didn't bring up really was I thought that from on tape the Chargers defense in the red zone was actually really good. It was taking teams a lot of opportunities down there. They were, making them play all 4 downs down there. Their defense was at least so. But didn't have time to go through that. I mean, you're going to definitely break it down, but I'd be interested to see some of the things that they were, what they were doing to stop them down there with. Because hopefully that's something that they can learn from going forward. Because they're probably going to see some at least similar style of defenses at least. In the next, at least 1 week away from this week. The other thing that I thought was really funny was, and I know that this is a big victory lap for you because early on in the season we went on a rant. I feel like Matt Holder was there. It must have been an instant reaction.
Yeah,
and we were talking about the AFC West and how the media already crowning Justin Herbert, and then they were like, also people were like pointing out and saying that the Broncos are probably going to finish above the Raiders and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and we were going through and we were talking about each team, and we talked about the Chargers and we're like, okay, yeah, maybe in the future, but like now, come on, like this is too soon, right?
Yeah,
and credit to them, they did actually do better than I anticipated them doing for sure. But there was a lot of weird moments in there, like getting almost like blown out by Houston Texans and just stuff like that. It's just like really some odd games in there for the Chargers, and it definitely hurt their seasons, and then also I'm going to go through this. I'm going to show like everything that Justin Herbert missed because I was seeing it on the broadcast. Okay. Like those plays where he's like having to like go and convert a 4th and 10, like every time, like it would be like 2nd and 10 and he'd like throw somewhere and it'd be like Brandon Faison would, deflect it, right?
Yeah.
Someone was wide open. Like I could tell from the broadcast and he just wasn't looking that way, he's definitely going to go back to the tape and kick himself. He did not have a good game. The interception, really bad play.
Yeah.
Really bad play. You can't float one short like that. So Carr definitely had a much better game than Justin Herbert. If you look at just look at volume, because everyone's going to look at like the plays that were made, but if you just look at volume, like the number of attempts, like come on, yeah, like
64 passes, yeah,
like come on. Hey, I mean, I knew it was incredible when you look at they're going to throw for 4 straight plays until they get to 4th and 10 and they have to convert. It's like every single 10 yards that they get takes them 4 plays to do, incredible amount of volume. So yeah, he's going to have volume stats. Like you've always said this about Justin Herbert. He's going to have volume stats, and some of their results that they have in the game, it comes from the volume, right? Yeah, It's going to come from having like all these at bats and all these attempts for if you go for it enough on fourth down, right? You're going to get it. You're going to get one, right? And so we saw some of these results, like we saw just some of these volume results, but yeah, I mean, I guess this is like they're pretty much the only team that really leans this far into it, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the Chargers' agenda. I mean, everybody. I mean, you could hear Chris Collinsworth the whole game, bro. It was like disgusting to listen to every time he completed a pass. Oh, look at him now! He's going down the field. It was disgusting, But that's the whole thing that I hate about Justin Herbert is like, can we wait? Let's wait until he does something, right, before we crown him. That's all my whole thing with Herbert. And I thought he showed a lot of guts today. I did. I thought he showed a lot of resilience. He kept fighting. You know what I mean?
He fought. Yeah,
he fought through it. You know what I mean? So, he showed me a lot. I respected his performance, but just hearing Chris Collinsworth is like that. That's what I'm against. I'm against that. Let's crown him. Right, we're crowning him already. They're expecting him to win. I said that before the game about the pressures on them because everybody's expecting the elite quarterback, Justin Herbert, to go out there and just go up and down the field on the Raiders and blow them out. And because he's the elite guy, and they got Derek Carr. Derek Carr's cool. He's a great leader, but he's not Herbert. You know what I mean? So like that type of just the whole call. You can even hear like Al Michaels out there. Like you could kind of hear his. Carlson makes a field goal up. No, the Raiders up 29-14, I guess.
Yeah, right.
It's just like Collinsworth couldn't figure out why the Chargers kept throwing short. I'm like, don't you work for PFF? Don't you guys chart stuff? You work for PFF, bro. Like if you work for PFF, he only throws the ball 20 yards down the field 8% of the time. You work for the company that charts that. He doesn't throw intermediate a lot. He throws short the most. So like, why are you surprised? That's what I'm saying. This is like, it was crazy. Yeah. That's what I'm against. People, they get mad at me. I argue with some people about Herbert before in the summer, before the previous games, and it's not merely me saying I don't like Herbert as a quarterback on tape, because I do. I really like how he plays. It's just that the agenda around it, right? And the next guy that they're playing next week, he's got a little agenda too, and a lot of Raiders fans just are all on his agenda when he just throws the ball up to Jamar Chase, and Jamar Chase makes a play and runs at 80 yards. So, it's just the crowning of quarterbacks, man. I don't know. I don't get it. We got to wait till these guys make the playoffs. Herbert.
It's all about ticket sales. It's all about, promoting the game and having the quarterbacks be the center of the discussion all the time, all that stuff. But like reality, if we just get back to like what is actually happening, okay, like that first half, like what did Justin Herbert do in that first half?
Nothing.
Like he threw a screen to Austin Eckler. It was a sick play by Austin Eckler. Like he didn't do anything that first half.
Yeah.
So and I'm really interested to figure out why they weren't connecting with Keenan Allen, because I know that they weren't like doing some kind of weird scheme to like take him away. Like they're going to run their same stuff that they always run. So I'm really interested why he wasn't connecting with Keenan Allen early. On some of those like crucial conversions earlier, what let's go back. What did you think about the 4th and 2 on their own 18-yard line run play?
The Chargers?
Chargers, yeah, when they lined up and ran power and didn't get it.
That was crazy. Also what happened afterwards, I saw some clip of, I think it was who's the long snapper? Who's the long snapper for the Raiders?
Steve,
right?
Yeah,
he's telling Austin Eckler that they were going to run the ball out. They were going to tie. And Eckler's like, oh my God, because Staley outsmarted himself.
By calling timeout. He outsmarted himself 100%. He's the smartest guy in the room. He's the smartest guy in the room. But he was too smart this time. He was thinking too hard this time, man.
Yeah, and you think about it, even with that 4th and 1 you're talking about, that's the difference in the game, because the Raiders won by 3 points. That's the difference in the game. That
play was the difference in the game. Yes,
that play was the difference in the game, and you know what I'm saying.
Well, it was at least for them, it was the difference between them going to the playoffs and not going to the playoffs.
You know what I mean? Like it was
silly, man.
It was man. It was just he's got to come back and not be so mindset arrogant a little bit, but it's the Chargers. Who cares? Whatever.
Who cares? Yeah. Look, as long as he's there, I hope he doesn't figure it out until his next job. Okay. But yeah, and here's the thing. Even on defense, when it's like they play man coverage, but they play man coverage with eyes on the quarterback, which is just like, okay, that's really tough to do. Like they're about breaking the paradigm. They're about turning conventional thinking on its head. And I think that they're just like leaned way too, like you're saying, like he's dug in on this mindset. They're leaning way too far into like turning like this conventional thinking and how the game, usually is played on its head, and trying to be like the absolute opposite and go against the grain so much that, like, you're right. They're outsmarting themselves. They're shooting themselves in the foot, really. So But great to see it. Here, a couple plays that stood out. Okay.
Hold on, my sound went out. Hold on.
No, you're good. I can hear you. You're good.
Stupid. All right, my bad.
Yeah, you're good. I can hear you. You're good. A couple plays that came to mind.
Okay.
When Carr got stripped and Parker fell on that fumble.
No, it's John Simpson, man. My boy's Mr. Hustle.
That was Simpson or Parker?
It was Simpson. He's Mr. Hustle.
Oh, okay.
He's got heart. He's got heart, bro. You know, he could get beat. He got beat by Kenneth Murray. We're like, come on, bro. How you getting pushed back to Kenneth Murray, bro? You're 240 pounds. But, you know, like, he's got heart, though. My boy John's got heart. He don't give up.
That was a great
He got a heart,
play.
dog.
Needed it.
Yeah.
Needed it. That was a fantastic play. There was right before that, 4th and 2, game-changing play when they went for it on their own 18-yard line or whatever. The play right before that was also a run stop, and Phylon got in there. Casey Hayward, it was like a veteran play where he's just like sold out and just like he knew it was a run all the way. He knew it was coming the entire time. You saw him make some of those veteran plays, Casey Hayward, for sure. Pick was huge. The interception was huge. The one on when the fourth quarter drive, when Herbert was driving down the field, took every 4th and 10 play for them to make it. I've never seen anything like that. I'm still shocked. But they called, it looked like a cover 5 look, like a 2-man look, and with teamer and man coverage against Jared Cook, and he got called for like the defensive holding on that play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Pretty sure that was the play when Trayvon Merrick stepped in front of a pass, right? And it was almost like he batted it down, but it was almost an interception, and then I think, did Hobbs have a pass breakup?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Towards the end there, I think some of these were like, okay, yeah, that was a great play, but they ended up scoring anyways on the same drive, But we need to see more ball production. For me, here's the thing: I don't care what you do on defense. If you're like a bend don't break defense, or you're a heavy blitz defense, or you're a defense that likes to give like lots of different looks, like whatever your identity is, I don't care. When you get to the playoffs, you have to have turnovers. You have to create turnovers, or you're not a playoff caliber defense. Because every offense in the playoffs is going to score, most likely. That's the reason why they got there.
Yeah.
The difference is you going and taking that ball away on defense. Help and helping the game out that way. If you're not creating turnovers consistently enough, that's going to be the concern. They did get the turnover on their special teams play that they got turnover, right? Was that special teams?
Yeah.
And then they also got so special teams. Okay, great. And then Casey Hayward got the interception off the really bad Herbert throw. But need to see more ball production. If the Raiders are gonna have a chance against Cincinnati.
Yeah, man. You're gonna have to see more ball production, and I think they got to be just. I wouldn't say a little bit more consistent on offense. I think they got to just make sure that they're. Yeah, I haven't seen the numbers. We jumped right on here. I don't know what they finished on 3rd down or nothing like that. We'll go over that stuff later. But I thought they on offense they played pretty well. But they're gonna have to play better to beat the Bengals because what I'm saying, Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
They're gonna start throwing it up, and he's obviously a big time players make big time plays in big games.
I'm not saying. I'm not saying Faison isn't going to get a pass breakup because he gets a lot of pass breakups.
Yeah,
on the outside there, but he's going to get mossed too. At least
he's going to get by either one of these guys, by Higgins or
true. Higgins is nasty too. Yeah, these guys can win on the outside. That's really been the Raiders' saving grace. Like the scheme and their corners have been able to be competitive on the outside. But I think if that goes though, then this defense doesn't really have much to really hang its hat on. So they start getting beat deep on the outside. It's like, okay, wait, what are we going to do now? So yeah, that's scary for me. I said it. It was like a couple episodes ago that I was most worried about the Bengals, honestly.
Yeah.
So
they could play the Chiefs, bro. If they tied. No.
Yeah, but like at least because of the division matchup, you never know how that's going to go, right? Like. We saw the Raiders steal one from them.
And don't let anybody tell you guys that the Raiders are only in because there's 7 teams when they're the 5 seed. So remember that, guys. Don't let anybody Don't let anybody tell you that shit because somebody's gonna.
Patriots are only in. Patriots are only in, right? Oh, so Steelers. Yeah.
No, we're the 5 seed. We'd be in the playoffs regardless, guys. Expanded or not. So, whatever. But, all right, BD, we got anything else? We go through some of these questions.
Someone said Mullen and Abram, no chance to return next week. As far as I'm concerned, pretty sure that they have no chance to return. They're on season-ending IR, but I don't know. Maybe the rules change when you get to the playoffs. I don't keep abreast of all that kind of stuff.
I want to answer this question because I saw this. Thoughts on having Mariota in there for the first 2 first downs in the fourth quarter? Now, I will say on that drive, right after they scored a touchdown, the first play was fine. Great. You got a little jet motion fake to Hunter Renfrow. You got 8 yards. But at that point in time, that's when you put Josh Jacobs in. The 2nd and 2. You know what I mean? Let's get Josh Jacobs back in there. He's having a good second half. Ain't like he was playing bad. I think they got really cute on that 2nd and 2. Like, why are you handing the ball off to Josh Jacobs? Why are you running the same exact play? You know what I mean? Like, get back there, get the ball to Josh. Josh was running well. He probably would have got a first down, and they would have kept the drive going. You know what I mean? Kept the clock moving. And then they would have had less time. But, they got way too cute there, and then, Derek Carr ended up fumbling, which they got John Simpson jumped on it. So I thought they just got a little cute, man. Let's win the game. We have a running back that's playing well. Let him go finish the game,
Yeah.
So, yeah. It's just more about, like, you ran the same play twice in a row. Like, these guys are NFL players. They're smart. Like, here comes Renfrow again. Maybe he's probably going to give it this time. And I thought Mariota a couple times, he gave when he shouldn't have, and he kept when he shouldn't have early on. He got better at it as the game went along. But, that's why I was talking about the pinpool sweeps because, you showed me that RPO one, right? Where I don't know if the RPO is.
I don't know if it was RPO, but, he was running around.
Frost Rose wide open in that corner, right? If he pulls it, he just throws it to Frost Rose. It's 6,
That's
right?
Touchdown. Yeah.
So, but he gave it to Jacobs, gave it to Rashard, but they got the 4th and 2, but it's I don't know. He's just not a zone read guy to me. He never was. He didn't really do that in college. And we're asking him to do something that he's not, and he's more a Josh Allen pinpool sweep guy. So you want to get John Simpson, those guys out in front of him, and that's why you get the arc read. That was a great tackle by the Chargers guy, but that's what you want with him. You want him getting outside. Tackle, yeah. It was a great tackle, but you want him, you want him getting outside. So he has those instances, but when you have him reading things, I don't know if he reads them correctly because, like I said, that RPO one, he either could have kept it and scored, or he could have kept it and 3 touchdowns. So, but he handed the ball off, and then it's 4th and 2. So,
all right. All right, I had one more here. Someone was saying about the 4th down conversions. He's asking, here we go. What's going on with 4th down plays is probably just not adjusting. I think it's just, again, it's volume. It's just a number of attempts to throw down there. Eventually, one making it, 1 out of 4 tries was really crazy. I've never seen that many 4th and 10 conversions, unfortunately. I'm definitely going to go back and see what is happening scheme wise. But for me, correct me if I'm wrong, it was like 1st and 2nd down were just like throw fades and just see if they could throw a fade, and then it wasn't like scheme until maybe the 3rd and 4th down. So I'm going to go back and have to figure out, but I'm pretty sure it's just Teamer and Down Levy getting abused in coverage. Pretty sure that's what it is.
I just see a question I wanted to answer. I want to answer this one. So, do I think the Carr's pec issue and left shoulder causing those inaccurate throws? No, I think that he was being rushed. And, if you watch the Carfax, I talk about it. If Carr's feet are set and he has his eyes, and his feet are matching his eyes, he's accurate. So if that is off at all, that's when you kind of see Carr kind of go, be a little inaccurate, more in a consistent way. So, when he was back in 2016, he really wasn't a mechanical guy. He was just kind of just making plays. Just kind of, sometimes he would airmail things. And now he's more of he has to have his mechanics set for him to be accurate. accurate. It is a thing with him. And if his mechanics aren't set and he can't get his feet set, like the throw to Waller at the end, when he's getting rushed, so he has to rush up and then he has to try to get his feet reset to throw a good throw, and then he can't. Everything's rushed on him with the pressure, so that can cause some of his throws to be missed. But I got to watch on the back end. They give you a real good answer, to be honest. But
yeah.
All right. Any other questions you would hit right here?
No, that's it for me.
I know it's one so.
Yeah, it's late for me. I gotta get up. I gotta go to work tomorrow. But yeah, that's it, Raider Nation. We're juiced. We're jazzed. Tates don't lie. We're not done yet, right? We gotta keep on. We gotta do the breakdown of this game, and then stay tuned for the preview going up against the Cincinnati Bengals. Playoff matchup. That's gonna be fun to watch. TDL is going to the playoffs with the Raiders. Let's do this, Raider Nation. Okay, anything else, Marcus? I'm out.
No, man, I'm out, man. Man, it's gonna snow in Cincy. Oh, that's gonna be fun. All right.
Okay.
Let's do it.
All right.
Playoff football, baby. Let's go. Peace.
Peace, y'all.